What's life really like for the average person in America compared to the average person in Britain in 2025? Today we're digging into the numbers, health, wealth, lifestyle, and what these statistics actually mean for everyday life, using the latest data from global researchers. Let's start with scale. The United States is vast, roughly 5 times larger by population than the United Kingdom. In 2025, the U.S. had around 347 million people, while the U.K. had about 70 million. That difference alone shapes daily life, from infrastructure and public services to culture, economy, and even how crowded things feel. Economically, the average American still produces more value than the average Brit. In 2025, the United States ranked near the very top globally for GDP per capita, making it one of the wealthiest countries in terms of economic output per person. By comparison, the UK's economy is smaller, not surprising given its size, but it remains firmly in the global top tier, driven largely by finance, services, and trade. So yes, US dollars go further on paper. But that doesn't tell the whole story about quality of life. Here's one of the most striking contrasts: life expectancy. According to OECD data, the average American now lives about 78.4 years, while the average Brit lives around 81 years. Those extra years aren't just luck. They're linked to lower rates of preventable deaths, things like lifestyle-related illness, delayed treatment, or lack of early care, and lower suicide rates in the UK compared to the US. Both countries face challenges, but the gap is real. What makes this more surprising is healthcare spending. The United States spends more on healthcare than any other wealthy nation, over $14,000 per person each year. Yet despite that massive investment, health outcomes still trail behind countries like Britain. Lifestyle risk factors also differ. Roughly 35% of adults in the US are classified as obese, compared to about 29% in the UK. These numbers connect to everyday habits: diet, physical activity, commuting, work-life balance, the unglamorous details that quietly shape long-term health. When it comes to healthcare access, both countries outperform many peers, but in very different ways. In the UK, universal healthcare means most basic services are available to everyone, regardless of income. In the US, healthcare is a mix of public and private systems, offering cutting-edge care for some, but higher costs and financial stress for many others. Beyond raw statistics, there's the human side of quality of life. Britain tends to rank higher in perceptions of safety, social trust, and community support. The United States often ranks higher in personal income potential and individual opportunity. It's a clear trade-off: economic dynamism versus stronger social safety nets. So what's the bottom line for the average person? If your priority is income, ambition, and economic output, the American model looks powerful. If you value longevity, broader healthcare access, and a more predictable daily life, the British model quietly edges ahead. This isn't about who's better or worse. It's about different trade-offs: wealth versus well-being, scale versus stability, opportunity versus security. So who wins? The average American or the average Brit? That depends on what you think makes a good life in 2025. Drop a comment below, and if you want a part 2, maybe average American versus average Canadian, hit like, subscribe, and stay curious.